Take it
Hey
away.
guys, welcome to our first Zoom of the new year and the new decade, and it's so exciting. I don't know about you guys, but we had an amazing December, and even if you don't feel like your December was amazing, I want you to give yourselves a pat on the back. Congratulations. Like if you continued working your business even just like a tiny bit during all of the holiday madness, you are a total rock star and you deserve a clap. So I'm just going to say congrats to everybody for getting on the call. Hello to all the new people. So it's not just a new year, it's a new decade, right? So that's really exciting. And so we wanted to start the year off in just talking about developing district managers. As most of you know, they have lowered the qualification for getting into district manager. And that is huge, okay? I've been in this business for 6.5 years, and I think I've only ever seen them do this once, maybe 2 other times, maybe, but I'm pretty sure only 1 time. It's a really big deal. Why is promoting to district manager such a big deal? Well, first of all, you get an 8% pay raise. So that is huge. It will make a huge difference in your paycheck. So I want you guys to really understand, for the same amount of work that you're doing right now, if you get to district, if you finish district, you will get paid 8% more than you're getting paid right now. So that is pretty awesome. So really think about that when you're thinking about wanting to finish the qualification. These are the reasons why we want you guys to finish these promotions, because it helps you, it helps increase your paycheck, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do more work. You can, but it doesn't mean that you have to. So I really want to encourage you guys, if you don't understand the lowered qualification for district, and it's only for this month, it's only $3,500. Normally you have to do 6,000 in 1 month, or 1 or 2 months, or you have to do 7,500 over the course of 3 months. So only having to do 3,500 to get that pay raise is huge, because we want you doing that anyway, right? Like that's a really good, strong district manager above maintenance anyway. So, and if you already are a district manager, then you want to be teaching people how to become districts, right? Because that will increase your pay raise when you go into area qual. That will increase your paycheck, it will increase your team, and it will help you earn AIT, right? So all of these things, there's only good reasons to go for it, right? So I want to really encourage you guys. So with that, I also want to just talk about being independent. Some of you may be new, some of you may have been around a long time. Maybe some of you are have been around a while but are just coming back and starting to work your business again. Like wherever you're at right now, like let's just forget all that, right? Like let's forget the past. Even if it was a great year, you know, like we're in a new year, January 1st, we all started back at 0, and we all have to keep working our businesses to grow. So, you know, no shame, no stories, as Donna Johnson always says. And I want you guys to really think about what your goals are for this week, this month, and this year. And I always tell people, on my team anyway, if you don't know where to start, like if you feel like, oh my gosh, the holidays, everything, like now I'm going to sit down to try to work my business and I don't even know what to do your daily method. Just get the daily method printed and start there, because that is going to help you. And if you don't know what that is, ask your upline. But that being said, we are all independent consultants, right? We want to be independent. We want independent leaders, because independent leaders are what we are. So we need to be independent leaders in order to attract independent leaders. Now, does that mean that your upline shouldn't help you? Of course not. We are here. We want to help you. We want to help you grow. We want to help you with questions, but you need to take responsibility for your business. Your business is your responsibility 100%. And as soon as you realize that you have that power, it is really liberating, right? Because you have control of your paycheck, you have control of your activity, you have control of it all. And that can be really awesome, and can also be really scary for some people, right? Some people, it's kind of nice to have a boss telling you what to do. So I'm going to tell you what to do and do your daily method if you need something to do, but I'm going to also tell you, you need to become independent. Know where to find things like the daily method for success. Know where to find answers on the source, you know, before you just text your upline. I mean, if you need an answer quick or it's something and you can't find it, of course, we're here, we want to help you, but just know your business, your responsibility, new year, new goals, all of that. It's up to you. And we are just here to help and guide you. But we are also working our own businesses, so we have to do our own part as well. So with that, I'm going to just talk a little bit about what it takes to develop a district manager. So we want to have district managers on our team for all those reasons I mentioned before. And it's really like, if you can get to district, right, you can become a national vice president. It's not any different. You just have helped more people become districts, right? So you want to walk through, so this is the first page. I'm just going to kind of go over what you guys are looking at here. You're going to go through the Start Now checklist. So you want to go through their roadmap, their good, great, and awesome goals. You know, what do they want to do in 30 to 90 days, what that looks like, how much work they're willing to put in, all of that stuff you want to talk about in that very first week. And start booking the launches and the importance of filling the funnel, right? The 3 asks per day and all of that stuff, you guys, I'm telling you, if you just do the daily method every day, you're going to get it all, and teach your newbies to do that too. And with that, you want to build a new relationship with your new consultant, because you know, maybe you came into this business and the person that sponsored you is someone you knew before Arbonne, but maybe they're not. And if you didn't know them before Arbonne, that can be, you know, it can be hard to trust them maybe, because you don't really understand maybe the business model. You don't really understand like the pay scale. Maybe you don't really understand the products yet. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You can still make money, which is awesome. So I highly recommend that you just trust your sponsor if that is you. But in addition to that, you guys, you want to make sure you build that relationship and help them become independent, but also help them, you know, especially somebody in their first 30 days. If you are past your first 30 days and you've been working your business the way that your sponsor, your working upline has taught you, then you are probably close to being an expert in this business already, you guys. That's how easy this business is. So we provide all of this stuff for you. We provide these weekly trainings. We provide everything that you and your new consultant need. But it's up to you guys to explain to them the importance of being plugged in. And I know I'm speaking to the choir here because you guys are all here, right, on this first Zoom of the year. But you know, if you have a team of people who are not showing up to the calls, they're not showing up to the meetings, or they only show up if they have a guest, they're not totally 100% plugged in, and that's okay. But what I'm trying to explain is that if they're not even taking responsibility for the things that they can control, like we can't control if people meet with us or not, right? We can control whether we ask, but we can control whether or not we get on these calls. We can control whether or not we're at the meetings and the trainings and really plugging in and learning how to do this business. And so I really want to encourage you guys to express the importance to people of what it means to be an independent consultant. And the best way to learn is to show up. Like, showing up to everything is 85% of success. It's crazy. And then you want to map it out for them, right? So share their options. You know, there are people who are promoting to AM in like their first couple of weeks nowadays, VP in 2 months, you know, 6 weeks. I mean, even MVP, I think the shortest MVP now is like 4 months or something. Like, it's insanity. Does that mean if you're not doing that you suck? No, because I didn't do that, and Artie didn't do that, and Blanca didn't do that, and I hope none of you guys think that we suck. So, you know, but it's okay, but it's possible. But we need to let people know it's not possible with the average 10 to 20 hours a week on the side, right? You got to really, really jump in and do it, but it's possible. And if they need that MVP paycheck like today, like, we can show them how to do that, right? We've seen people who do it. So let's help them, but you need to really talk to them and ask them, what are their goals? What is it? How much work are they willing to put in to reach those goals? Like, how long do they want that to take? You know, we have to make sure that the activity is going to match the goal. Like, if somebody tells you they want to be an MVP in 4 months, but they're only going to work 5 hours a week on their business, that's probably not going to happen, right? So that's kind of what I'm trying to say. And then, of course, you guys want to come to the meetings because we celebrate you. We do our monthly recognition there. And that's really fun because I can tell you, I only got recognized when I was a producer if I messed up on something. If I did a great job, nobody said a word to me. So that, for me, it's really cool that I get recognized for even just like the little things, like just doing my daily method every day or whatever. So with that, I think I'm passing off to Artie to go over the next slide. Yeah. Okay. No. Oh, Blanca. Okay. Passing off to Blanca.
Hey guys, am I frozen? No. Okay, I see myself frozen. Let it go, let it go. Okay, so I want to share awesome things. Thank you, Danielle, for that good information that I need to hear from me. Hello, I'm an independent consultant number, what's my ID number? I'm ID franchise ID number 1567268, I think. I should know it by heart. I have my own franchise that I'm running and I'm building, and we look to each other to help each other make this goal happen, because it does feel lonely sometimes when you're, we say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. But then after the meeting, you go home by yourself and like, oh my gosh, so this part is important. What I want to share is, before I go on into my portion of the presentation, I know it says developing district managers. This is developing ourselves into who we need to be to start creating what we want to create. So this is for everyone, whether you were just born in Arbonne a minute ago or you've been in Arbonne way longer. It's for anyone and everyone, because this information evolves as you evolve. And then 4 years later, you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, you're looking at it with whole different eyes, which is a great thing. But I want to share something awesome before I go into my piece. Starting next Tuesday, every Tuesday for the next 10 weeks, still our Tuesday calls, we're going to do a boot camp. And 10 weeks of trainings, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do not want to miss it. You want to be live. You want to ask questions if you have questions. You want to take notes. And of course, there's people that we have on our teams that are working right now as we speak, and they have to jump on this with the recording, which is totally fine. And this is nuts and bolts, but way deeper into that. I was sharing with someone on my team today that, and somebody else as well on Messenger, that this business is really about our instincts, and you cannot develop any of all that if we are not willing to just throw ourselves out there and stop trying to make it look a certain way. When they say, if you do what I do, you'll have what I have. I don't think that's true for me. It never was. So what I like to do is, we're going to show you the system, but you're going to do it the way you do it, with who you are, your flavor, your style. We're all still going to talk about the business and the products, but we all have our instincts. And what video I send to somebody might be a different that video that Chandra wants to send somebody, for whatever that instinct was, because of the conversation she had with that person that she was talking to. So follow that instinct, because sometimes it's so easy to get stuck in, what video should I send? Oh, they say send a video of yourself. Oh my gosh, I remember there was a time where they said send a video of an MVP only. Now they're saying send a video of yourself. No, but if you send a video of somebody else, then that person might sign up under that person. But forget all that. Follow your instinct, feel good, and share with your whole heart. If somebody ends up going with somebody else, that was never meant to be for you, right? Never meant to be for me. So communication is everything, and that's what my slide really is about. Think about yourself as you're working this business and you really want to make this work for yourself. So for this 10-year boot camp, this 10-week boot camp, there's going to be 10 trainers. So I'll kick it off on Tuesday. And then I don't know who's doing boot camp number 2 or week 3 and week 4. But if there's, we will go ahead and give the topics. Reach out to us, reach out to Danielle, reach out to the VIPs, the VPs and Artie, and say, hey, can I see what topics you have there? And if you really want to level up for yourself, say, hey, I want to coach one of the topics. You want to take it a step further? If you see a topic that you're not good at, own it and pick that topic and get good at it, right? We'll have an audio you can listen to. You marinate in it, you work it, you do it, you be it, you take your notes, and you train us. And you're going to be better at that. So there are 7 spots open for trainers, 6 because Chandra's doing one as well. And so reach out to us, and which goes with what my slide is about, communication. So when I sponsor someone, my level up, my personal growth has become this: communication. I want to know what kind of consultant they are going to be. And I share the 2 scenarios. You know, when they're ready to get going, they're excited. I'm going to say, look, there's 2 types of consultants. Maybe you'll jump in and go all in. I'll tell you what, the first consultant is someone that is happy to share Arbonne, someone that is happy to use Arbonne. And if they make that money on Tuesdays, they're happy. And if they don't, it's okay. If they get in qualification, they don't mind. If they do or they don't, they don't mind. But then you have consultant number 2. This person is someone that says, hey, let me show me the strategy. This is how much money I need to be making by this time. So that's the conversation I have, my first initial conversation. So when they're like, well, what does consultant number 2 look like, sound like? What is that? I'm like, okay, here's a question. How much money do you want to be making to make this worth your while a month? You know, and because you can make $5,000 in 1 month just by selling a lot of products. But I mean, are you going to be a consultant that wants to sell products? And they're like, oh no, wait, okay, no. So how much money what kind of business do you want to build that a month you make this kind of money residual? And then they'll say like, okay, 1,500, that'll make a huge difference. And I'll say, what does that mean to you? What is 1,500? Okay, let's say you're doing that now. What does that look like now? What are you able to do now? Have those conversations. They're so important because we'll always be not in the know. Like we'll be wondering. And I don't want to step on their toes. I don't want to overwhelm them. We start saying things like that. And that is all low vibrating energy words that are not going to serve you, and it's not going to serve us to serve them. So once you find out how much they want to make and what that means to them, say, okay, well, how much time are you willing to, carve out a week to make that number happen? And then say something like, I'm asking these questions because I really want to know how to best serve you. And once you figure that out, then, okay, perfect. Then it looks like you really want to do this. So this is the good goal. This is the great goal. This is the awesome goal. And that's when I go with those goals right there. Good goal is QV 2,500, the brick. Although this month, why not 3,500, right? 6,000 district manager in 1 month, or 10,000 area manager qual. And I paint the picture of what each one looks like. And I love to translate it in fit kits, because 3,500 is a big number versus 11 fit kits, 11 conversations, your drop-offs. And then that's where the system starts flowing slowly. Like, okay, let's pick your launch dates, just like everything Danielle said. So once I've had that communication, now I know who I'm dealing with, what they're looking for. So it's not a surprise to me if they're not really looking to build this and I reach out to them and they don't text me back. They're not really looking to build this. Don't be ever wondering, should I call them? They haven't called me back. They haven't showed up to the call. What should I do? You continue working your business. I continue working my business. We continue going. We don't stop and we don't wait for anybody. That was my mistake for so long, right, sweetie? Mm-hmm. My husband's right here. He's like, mm-hmm. That was my mistake because I wanted everyone to come with me. Come to the promised land with me. I can't make people, but I could make me. I could make me do it. I could make me that even when I'm in the shower and I think of someone that I could like quickly go and shoot them a quick text. That's right. While in the shower, I've done that. I did it today. I thought about someone. I'm like, you know what? Hold on. I soap in my hair. Well, not soap. True hair, true beauty. Turned it off, called her up quickly, left her a voicemail, and got back in the shower. And then the girl calls me back and I'm like, shoot, I guess I'm having this call in the shower. That's who I am, because that's what I want to create. What do you want to create for yourself? And what are you willing to make happen to make that happen? So those things about, I cannot go to the meeting because I'm off at 6 o'clock and I won't get there on time. That's okay for you. But for me, I deducted my paycheck. I sacrificed my paralegal paycheck to go to Temecula, to leave at 1, to be there by 6:30. That was me. So think about think about what that is for you. Okay, I'm not telling you do what I did. How is it going to translate for you to make what you want to make happen for you? So communication is everything with them, but it's also with you, with the conversations you have with yourself. So 10-week bootcamp, I'm excited. We'll let you know the topics when you tell us that you want to do it. Pick the hard topic, level up, and then coach us. So Artie Mendoza, take it away, sister.
Hi, guys. I think Dulce had her 2 cents to pitch in.
Yes, Dulce.
Because Mandona already was like 5 minutes ago, hey, you should share. So here I am, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect, because I can't see myself.
Artie, everyone can always hear you, Mama.
Not yet, girl.
All right. Hey, friends. So honestly, just a few things as I'm listening to everyone talk here. What I loved that Danielle shared about was focusing on what we can control. Like that is so key. It's so key to do that. And honestly, Blanca built on that because she's talking about adding your own flavor to it. You know, think about, if we can think about everyone, think about the last thing you really wanted and how hard did you work for it? How much focus did you put in to make that thing happen, whatever it might have been. We need to take that same kind of energy and that same kind of focus into what we're wanting from our outbound business, whether we're wanting the next level, whether we're wanting a bonus, whether we're wanting to just grow our team. What really makes this business work is just working the business. And honestly, I'm preaching to myself more than anybody else here. When we're creating our business, we want to make sure that we're creating wide businesses so that when, not if, when people drop out of your business and drop off, you're not sorry about it. You're not sad. You're say, hey, I did what I could with that person and they left, but guess what? I'm talking to this person over here. So I'm not worried when somebody leaves my business because it happens to everybody. The business is it's easy, guys. It's simple. It's not easy, but it is simple and it just requires that focus, consistency. So we've got to go ahead and like what Blanca said, take our own flavor into it, and don't get caught up in all the details because oftentimes it's going to confuse someone. They're going to back out. I don't know about you, but I know that I will do that to myself sometimes when I even know what it is that I need to do. As long as I can just keep it simple, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know what to do. We're just going to keep doing that and keep doing it over and over again because no matter where you're at, if you started Arbonne yesterday or you're a VP or you're whatever in the business, continue being consistent, continue being coachable, continue being yourself, and remembering that you can only control what it is that you're bringing to the game, and that's going to be attractive to the people that you're wanting to bring into your business as well. So that's all I got, Artie. You go ahead.
Awesome job. You always say good stuff, so thank you for that. So as you can see, we're basically starting 2020 with back to basics. I love what Danielle mentioned. The best way to learn is by showing up, and you all know if you're local, we have a monthly recognition that we all attend. I don't think I've ever missed one, ever. Unless I'm dying, I will miss them. And why? Because I need to fill my own cup. You know, as VPs, we're consistently, because we have built a huge organization, we have people that we're building, you know, helping them build their belief, right? And like Danielle said, we learn the best by showing up. And I even think there is a Harvard stat out there that I've read somewhere in the 1,000 books that we've read in Arbonne, right? That showing up is more than 80% of success, right? And your belief in the beginning of this business is being borrowed by your new consultant. So keep that in mind. They don't, you know, you're leading the blind, and your new consultant really needs you to be that ace if you want them to duplicate that, right? And Blanca, you mentioned that in your mind, you may feel, and I heard this at the Star Wars movie today, which is so funny. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to say it again. In your mind, you may feel alone. That's what they say in the movie. But the reality is that there are hundreds and thousands, and of course they didn't use consultants, but they use the terms, you know, Jedi. There's hundreds and thousands of consultants that are building their belief by duplicating leaders out there. So when you stand up and you're brave, guess what happens? the next person stands up and becomes brave with you. So remember that. And if you haven't seen the Star Wars movie, it's just so awesome, because it totally it sparked my excitement with, coming into 2020 with my business. So and so anyway, so yes, attend live and virtual events to become the best district manager. And you're going to hear people say, become a district manager boosting machine. Really what that means is growing wide, like Dulce mentioned, is that you're building your business, a sustainable business. And I didn't know I was doing that when I started this business. So I've had a really, I'm grateful for just doing the do, and actually, just helping new people coming into this business, because I have a really good, just like Danielle does now, a really wide business that allows us life by design. Allows you time freedom when you need it, allows you to go on vacation, or maybe, like myself, be gone for a year from your business because you're throwing up every day, or you're just not feeling good while you're pregnant, and your business is still there duplicating. So make sure that when you're healthy, when you're, prepare for impact, when you're healthy, when you're, you're able to get out of bed and just do something for your business, think, what is it that I can do for my business today? So if you're not having a great day, guess what? You can do personal development. And we saw that in one of the slides, right? You're basically modeling, to create those aces you want in your business. And it's already in people. They already have something, you're just bringing it out of them, and that's their greatness, right? So you're explaining the business, you're doing all the mechanics with them, but really what it creates is the culture that we all have, and we all have seen in Arbonne, which is the the leadership, the camaraderie, the community. Do whatever it takes. If you have to role play with the new consultant to get them ready and pumped up and out into the world, do it. I psych myself out all the time, because I think, gosh, I already have the Mercedes, so it's like, I can't, my story used to be different before. So now that I have it, it's like, I don't even mention it. Because I don't want people to say, oh, you're already there. So, they haven't seen me. So then if I have to psych myself out of my own head too. So it's really interesting how we do. So with that said, I'm going to close out by sharing with you that if you're looking to sponsor your 4 aces, a deck of cards has 4 aces. And in this business, we always say build 4 regions to have a stable nation, right? 4 legs to have a stable table, same analogy. So if you're looking to sponsor 4 aces in this business, you will find them if you're acting like one to build to nation. That's really what it takes. So into 2020, ask yourself, what are you going to do for the next 358 days that you have, which is awesome, right? It's a brand new year. Where are you going to be in the next 10 years? For me, Arbonne has allowed me to grow a lot, and has allowed me a lot of life choices. But really, I feel like I'm just getting started. I feel like, wow, it's 2020. What is 2030 going to look like? If I've done this much in my life, like, really? Okay, I can do a lot more. And now I'm thinking, I want to take my kids to travel. So that is in my vision board. What's in your vision? You have to make choices, right? Every day you have choices to make. So you have 358 days to make, and I think to myself too, because I'm talking to myself, you have to make the committed, focused choices that will take you to that next level every single day. So I'm going to ask, because you could repeat this video over and over again. Where will you be in the next 5 to 10 years? And what are you going to do about it starting tonight? I'm sure you've already written down your goals for 2020, right? We don't call them resolutions. We call them, we're looking for solutions for those goals, right? So really, what is it going to take? It's going to take a better version of yourself. That's for sure. So with that, I look forward to our boot camps. I look forward to, everything. I look forward to watching so many leaders just step up to their game, because I truly believe that you can do it, and the time is right. So thank you guys. I appreciate you, and I look forward to our holiday party soon. See you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you.